Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Thank you so much for everyone who's joining, and hope we're all having a good time. Thank you so much for dropping by. Christina, Mr. Beard Goblin, and anyone else who's out there watching, thank you and welcome. So sorry to hear that you've had a bit of a bad day, Christina, but like you said, let's not talk about it. I hope it's all going to just, melt away like the snow in the sun while you watch this stream. I hope that's going to be nice. I can't make many promises, but let's see. It's going to be good. I promise. It's going to be about finishing off that Unreal Engine project. And we'll see if we have some time for some Marvelous Designer later. Who knows? Or /Clo. Who knows? I just made some shorts, and that totally didn't work out at all. Are they still open? Yes, I think they're still open. I can totally show you briefly before we get on with the main affair. So this is the kind of the pattern that I have devised. I haven't measured this or anything. This is just a thing that I thought this is what pants patterns kind of look like. I just wanted to get my head around the way they fit, and I just can't make it work. I don't know what to do with the crotch seam line. I think that seems to be really, really difficult. So if I go and simulate this, it kind of does this. So that's not that big an issue, so I can always drop this down. But yeah, this is what I've been doing for the last hour or so, and then I decided, hey, I should take another crack at it. The previous things, before I tacked the waistband, oh, I see. Before I tacked the waistband to the poor little guy here, it kept falling down. So I've tightened it up and I've tweaked it. I'm more than happy to start this whole thing again. I'm going to go save this, and then we'll do some Unreal Engine stuff. But if I finish the project and we have time at the end and we feel up for it, I'm more than happy to take some advice on how to make these pants better. So I'm going to go and save this. We'll see what happens later. Oh yeah, that could absolutely be. I did it logically. You see, that's probably the problem. Yes, let's deal with that later. I've saved the project, so we can deal with that later. It's a fun thing, I must say. It's absolutely fun. I'm having a blast. Oops, that shouldn't be on. That should be off. There we go. Boom. I'm totally having a blast. So this is good. Some good stuff in there. Let's go and open up Unreal Engine. See where we are. Beard Goblin, thank you so much for the tip about the raised ground level there. Quite possibly have done that. Let's see here. Polygon Western. Here it is. There we go. Yes, that would make sense why it didn't work. Thank you, Christina. Much appreciated. Oops, see if my laptop's broken already. No, it's kind of still trying to go. I went back to my MacBook. The Surface wasn't, it was a bit of an issue there. It's just smaller than the MacBook, so I can't really read the text. One of those things. Oh, and just after I went live with the holding loop, my neighbor texted me from downstairs and said, "I'm outside. I can't open the garage door thing or the entry gate thing. You come down." So yes, I'm a little bit delayed because of that. But very nice. I think I'm sure she got in. Julia went down in the end. I hope she could help her. Donna. Very nice. There we go. So we have our little project in which we can do so many things already. People are walking around. Priest is one of them. The other person is Cowgirl over here. Very nice. We can select all these characters in the top row. We've made that happen last time. But what isn't working yet is the fact that we can't change their materials properly yet. And that's because we need to devise some logic there, I think. So I think if I go and select, if I select this guy, I can select 1, 2, 3, and 4. That'll change the outfits. And 5, 6, and 7 changes the skin tone, but it leaves the outfit as it is. With the top row guys, because they're from a different pack, I can select the... Oh, no, can't select the outfits. Why is that then? That's interesting. We had this last time, and I promised an Unreal Engine restart would cure this problem, so I suppose that didn't work. That's interesting, so we need to have a look at that, why that's happening, why that isn't happening. And skin tones don't seem to do anything, so we'll have to have a look at that. Totally have to fix this. So I have a feeling with the materials, with the outfits rather, they are actually working under the hood, because otherwise I wouldn't be seeing a change. So the correct thing is happening under the hood, but the materials are not compiled properly by Unreal Engine. So there's something going on there. We'll see if we can change that. See if we can work out how that works. I don't actually know how that works. Oh, I can press 1, 2, 3, and 4 even without dismissing the menu. That's nice. Yeah. Alrighty. Before we look at that, did you say it was in the town level, Beard Goblin? Just wanted to make sure. Before this, in front of the saloon, did you say? The town map between the hotel and the saloon. Okay, let me have a look. Hotel and saloon. Did you play the level? Is that how you came across this? Oh yeah, there. Oh yes. Uncool. Thank you so much for spotting that. This is why we need beta testers. That's really nice. So interesting that we see the seam there, but not down here. Interesting. Okay. Well, let's take care of that first, because that seems to be the easy thing. Let's do that. Let's do that first. Oh. Town level. Here we go. That. Yes, that is it. Elevation, straight road here. Oh, and he's standing on top of it. That's nice. Yeah, I must have accidentally grabbed that. That was very well spotted, Beard Goblin. There we go. I suppose this is what it's supposed to be like. We want this kind of uneven ground here. Nicely done. And then we're going to go and drop him down to the floor. That's done with the end key. There we go. Drop to floor, and then he's just going to walk around anyway. Was there anything else that you can think of? Ah, all right, I see. So you spotted it in the stream. That is cool. Yeah, so this project, if you type in !project, it'll give you a link to that last nightly build. It'll be updated later as soon as we're done here. Okay. So that should do the trick here. Yeah, this looks like a bit of a molehill. No. See, on the left here, I should have pushed it down a little bit further. I'll do that. Push it down one tad further. Might even switch the snapping off to get that perfectly lined up there. Yeah, so no snapping. There. That should do the trick, he says. Now we need to drop you down again there. Perfect. And I'll put snapping back on just because. Eagle eye there. Oh yeah, you should be... It doesn't matter when they float, because the moment the game starts, they just fall onto the ground. It just, we might not want to see the player... We might not want players catch that moment. There. Excellent. Quickly save it all. Save all. There's the mechanic that sometimes there's a thing that holds my microphone in place that is literally in front of where it says save the level. So yeah, we'll see if that will have had an effect on my camera movement. So let me just go and... So is that any better? No, that was the wrong way. There, how about that? Now I'm in the middle, aren't I? Kind of, ish. There. Perfect. Now we're all happy. Save all. And commit that to version control. Fix the terrain issue in the town level. Thanks, Beard Goblin. Awesome. Immortalized in version control. So, but materials, what is going on there? I have no idea why that happens. And the weird thing is it also happens in if we just go and open our third person character. It'll also happen when I go and try to do this. Come on, go away. Go away. When I try, oops. Oh, that's the third person character. Totally the wrong character. We need the Cinti character. This will also happen in the viewport, and this is what I don't really understand. So the materials that I can select here are the correct ones. So 1, A, and B, and C. B and C appear to be the same. Yeah, they're almost identical. Almost. You can, so he has tan skin anyway, so I suppose they've given him a more tan skin and a really tan skin. So there's a subtle difference there. But then 2A doesn't compile. And then 2B doesn't do this. So I think our logic is kind of safe. It's safe to assume the logic works, but look at that. I think Unreal Engine has just recognized the mistake, so now it's starting to compile the shaders here. That's nice. So now it works. I just wish I could kick off this process manually. So like now I just, you know, how do I make this happen? I don't really know. Be interesting to see if that is also happening in the package project where the shaders, I believe, are cooked. Let's see here, 3A has got the same problem. Oh, there we go. So sometimes switching them over really does something. But not always. There we go, he looks much better now. And this, we still have that issue. So let's see if we just, you know, randomly switch these out. Maybe eventually Unreal Engine, there we go, starts compiling the shaders. Why that is, I don't know. So not all of them have compiled. Just so B has, 4B has, whoops, 4C hasn't. There we go. Now it's kicking in. Awesome. This is why 3D takes forever. 4A still hasn't done that. Do we just wait? I wonder. Unreal Engine? Anything? Yeah, so everything except for 4A is now working. That's nice to know. Yeah, so 4A. Don't really know what to do about that. That's in alternates here. 4A was actually in materials, wasn't it here? So 4A, this one. Is there anything that we can do here? Asset actions. Select actors, export, migrate, reload, replace references. Was that a good idea? I don't know. The ball turned gray. I'm not sure. There we go. Was that good? Did that do it? Yes! All right. Look at that. So it looks like that is what did it. That is what did the trick. So asset actions, reload. That's easy. Now we know. Asset actions, reload. Okay. Good to know. Well, that means let's go and have another play then here in the level and see what that means to our project. Doesn't happen for every character though, does it? That's terrible. So it looks like this is still 1A. This is 2 and 3. They still have issues here. So A, B, and C, they still have issues here. That's bizarre. Not every character? That doesn't make any sense. It's the same material unless we've done something seriously wrong. So yeah, it's the B and C materials. Oh, sorry, the 2 and 3 materials rather. So 1 and 4 appear to be working, but 2 and 3 do not. But that's cool. In that case, let's just go and do this for all these assets. Now that we know how it works, asset actions, reload. And then I suppose we need to do this on the alternates as well. All of these asset actions reload. Yes, I don't know. Is that good? What are you actually saying? The following packages have been modified. Yeah, well, they are just, you just make them work, really. That's all I'm really interested in. So 2A is still not working. What is wrong with the 2A material? That doesn't make any sense. Oh, there we go. It's 2A and then the other one was 3A. Give it a minute. Now it's working. Maybe they're really, really complex. I don't know. Does it also work when we go and play this now? Kind of like selecting him because he's so colorful. So 1 and 4 and 2 and 3. There we go. That's nice. Does it work on anyone? Yes, it does. So he's got a different kind of wristband here with like a, what is that? Like a chest cloth or t-shirt, whatever he's wearing there. There we go. Okay, finally. And the soldier man, that's perfect. I'm glad this works now. Finally. Success! And these guys, we know they're working. That's perfect. Alrighty. So now, let's look at the whole skin tone thing. Barkeep, whiskey pour, please. Thought we can go into somewhere where there's a bit of a better light here. What was that? Oh, that's the command console here. I didn't want to bring that up. I was trying to go where there's not that much light, which is nowhere. I should make a dark room, shouldn't I? Oh, come on. Dude, move. I'm stuck. I'm stuck. Yes, me too. I'm going to go and write an article about this because this is, I've had this so many times. I'm so glad it works. So yeah, right click, asset actions, reload. So let's have a look at the skin tone logic here. Update outfit. Yeah, this was our update outfit logic here, in which we have done something similar that we're going to have to employ on the skin tone. So what we're doing here is we're saying on the outfit number that we're getting in as an int, we're saying on values 1, 2, 3, and 4, not 0 and not default. We're never going to reach those, but 1, 2, 3, and 4 is the outfit we want to put on. And on here, on every outfit, we're saying, is this the frontier character or is this a regular Western character? And if it's a regular Western character, we're going to give it that regular Western outfit A, 1A, 2A, and so forth. And here we're going to say, well, we're just going to give you the regular frontier outfit in whatever number that is. So that's how we do that here. And in the where we change the skin tone, that's a function that just takes an input here, A, B, or C, and then it'll do that string operation and look into the material map and see, do we have a matching material, and then it'll give that out. So I have a feeling we don't actually need to do anything about the logic. All we need to do is amend the material map, because that is down here. I'll go make that a bit bigger. That's on the side here. So this currently has 12 elements in it, and each of these takes a string as an input and then gives out a material on the output, and those are only the Western materials. So even if our logic performs the string operation and knocks everything off except for knocks the last letter off, replaces that with a new letter, our material map doesn't know the new material. So I'm going to have to go and add those at the back there, literally like what I did before. But that should be all right. That should be cool. Vevan, hello. Thank you for following, by the way. I saw you did that the other day. Very nice. Very nice. Good to meet you. This, yes, it's entirely Blueprint, but it's not really a game. It's just a little demo. You can type in !project to download yourself a copy and put it through the ringer. It's kind of a very beginner thing that focuses on just selecting the characters in the project. Let me show you actually. This is what it looks like. So you walk around and it's 2 levels, 2 Cinti packs combined, and you go and bring up a menu and you pick yourself a character that you like the look of, and then you walk around. So that's one part of the logic. The other one is that because they all come with alternate outfits, you can then use 1, 2, 3, and 4 to pick a different outfit color. And we've also added a bit of background action here. These characters here, this is a bit of a behavior tree thing. You can watch how I did it. This is the 8th episode here on Twitch. I'll also archive it on YouTube when we're done. But yeah, you can see how I've built literally everything except for the assets. Eva, hello, and thank you so much for following. I appreciate you being here. Righty, so the materials we've already looked at. These are, I can kind of make myself most of these things. So these are called something different than the ones from the other pack. So Matte Polygon Western 01A, I'm just going to go hit F2 and copy this out of here. And now I'm going to go and add this to the material map. Can you just about see that? Yes, I think so. From Iceland, my goodness, that is very, very cool. That's amazing. Wonderful. I always wanted to go to Iceland. That is very exciting. I used to work with an Icelandic filmmaker. His name was... I have to think. Was it Ari Arisson? Is that possible? I don't remember. Was that him? There was an Icelandic filmmaker and a cameraman. They worked together. My goodness, what was it called? That was in the 90s, early 90s, mid 90s. That was when the movie came out. It won lots of prizes, I think. So we'll go hit the plus sign many, many times so that we can have these empty entries here. I think I can only do it one at a time. No, I can only do it one at a time. When we did this in the other thing where we had where we made that map variable querying the button focus, it was a bit easier because we created these things in the blueprint rather than putting them in the sidebar. So all I'll do is I'll copy this in here. I'm going to make this a bit bigger actually. Matte Polygon Western Frontier 01A, and I need to have the corresponding material selected, which is this one. And then I can go, my goodness, do this again. Now we need to go for B. And we're going to plug in material B here as well. Shame I can't add more empty slots. Oh, please do. Are you into Unreal Engine or are you more into Unity? The 2 big engines side by side. I looked into both when I started fiddling around, and Unity, there was something about Unity that just wasn't really for me. I'm sure it's perfect. I'm sure it's fantastic, but I couldn't warm up to it. You know, when you start a new thing that you've never seen before and it's all scary, and I had the feeling that Unity didn't really want to help me much. It just said, well, you know, if you can work it out, I'll be your friend. If not, I'm not going to help you. So, no help at all. Whereas in Unreal Engine, I had the feeling that it was kind of taking me by the hand and saying, hey, don't worry, you're new to this. That's okay. Load up a template and have a look. You can walk around even with the game controller. It's all awesome. And so I really did. I had to make a decision as to what I wanted to go with. And yes, I decided for Unreal Engine. There, 3. We're almost halfway through already. Now we'll go B. There was another viewer here the other day. He was called Bite Size Gaming. He's just started streaming Unity development. I'm following him. He's called Bite Size Gaming, I think. And yes, he was supposed to have released, I don't know if he has, he's making a platform game, much like you just suggested with Unity. I don't know if he's using Blender, but it's he said there was a playable demo end of last week, so I'm excited to see if that's happened. speaking of Guru, I had the most wonderful comment today on YouTube by somebody, and he said it's a video about how you pair a Logitech receiver, one receiver with two devices, and he said, now I know why there's Guru in your channel title. I thought that was very, very nice. There we go. Thank you, Christina. Those were my experiences with Unity. I do that with software sometimes. I did this with ZBrush as well. Didn't go well. Didn't go well, ZBrush. 4A, there we go. We need 2 more, and then we're done here. Big material map. B. That goes here, and also B. And Eva, tell me, do you are you making your own assets as well? And also, are you using Bolt, or do you use code for your game? Or what's the plan? I mean, I know, things can change. There we go. I think that is all we need. I think that's it. All the Western materials and all the Frontier materials are now in there. So let's see if it's just, something I'm hoping is going to work now. Its logic dictates it should, but it does it. So on these regular characters here, if I go in actually, let me go in the gray box again. We can see the lighting is a little bit less harsh in the gray box. So that's under third-person example map. Yeah, save it all. It's good. Well, so Unity by default only works with C# and the Mono framework as code. So anything you like, the logic that you put in is would have to be coded unless you use this thing called Bolt. And Bolt is a bit like the Unreal blueprints where you connect nodes to one another. So regular character, 1, 2, 3, and 4 different outfits, and we have 5, 6, and 7 as different skin tones that I can select. So that changes that character. That's nice. Now the top row are our friends, the Frontier characters, and they 1, 2, 3, 4 do actually change the materials now. So now that the materials have compiled properly, 1, 2, 3, and 4 work fine. 5, 6, and 7. Didn't we just do this? Why doesn't this work? Unreal Engine, come on. It's difficult to say if this works now or not. There's another material compilation error there. It's kind of funky because didn't I say reload all these things? Crazy stuff. It's just like Blender, Christina. So these are now the alternate materials. Let's see, alternate. Maybe I can't do multiple. Maybe I have to do... So 1B and C were working fine. So 2B and C, they were not working fine. You'd think I can do multiple. Asset, actions, reload. Maybe I can't. Yeah, maybe it doesn't work. Maybe we have to use 1, because I remember clearly that this guy was turning gray for a moment, and then he came back. But it no work, no? That's uncool. So let's see here. So 2A is working and 2B is not working. Unless Unreal Engine goes, yes, there we go. Now it's working. 2B, I'm just going to go select them all here. 2C, come on, come on, come on. Weirdness, that's what I mean, yes. Unreal weirdness. 3A was fine. 3B, this is bizarre. This is really bizarre. And 3C, come on. Sometimes when you load a new level, Unreal Engine will say, will literally sit there for 20 minutes and compile shaders depending on the vastness of the level. So there's one that, like the park level, what's it called, the city park by Silver TM. That is an amazing level, but it takes literally an hour to load when you load it for the first time. Okay, so 4B, this doesn't do this. So reload did not do what we wanted to do. 4A and 4B and 4C. Come on, 4B. Asset actions. Reload. Oh, that's 4C. Asset actions. Reload. See, it turns gray, so that is good. That's kind of what we want to see. And then in a minute... Oh, come on. It doesn't even help. Oh, really? Right. This Wednesday, that's for Blender, is it? No, 4C has worked. 4B? 4B has not done the trick. Crazy, man. Right. Let me just go try this one more time. This is uncool. I really don't like this. The following packages have been modified. Well, no, they haven't. They just haven't. They're just not working, is what I'm saying here. This will revert any changes you have made. I haven't made any changes. Literally haven't made any changes. But whatever, dude. There we go. So now we have everyone. Yes, Eva, I run a Discord server for supporters. So if you subscribe to my channel or if you support me on Patreon or Ko-fi, that system sends you an invitation automatically. And I'm on Steam as well. Come on, let's see if this works now. Yes, often people have free Discord servers. I decided not to do that because I'm very short of time, so I need to make sure my time is most efficiently spent, shall I say. I would love to run a public Discord, but I can also see that the time it takes to respond to people is something that sadly I don't have at the moment. There we go. It looks like it's working. Well, he says, look at that. Skin tones and outfits. Oh boy. This is nice. This works for every character. I hope. Yes. Sandy gray uniform and several skin tones. That is nice. If you hook that up with a really nice menu, you basically have a character selector for RPGs and all that. There we go. That is nice. Woo! So just to, yeah, I mean, I'll talk you through the code in a moment because there's so much going on. So first of all, the skin tone thing, the interesting bit about this just programmatically is that we're having a look at the material that is currently being worn. So the outfit that's being worn, the texture that's being worn, and then we'll perform a string operation that then turns that into another texture. So therefore the outfit is the same, even though the whole texture is replaced. And then this changes the texture with the regular A skin tone. And we do that. And this here changes the actual skeletal mesh of the character that we're walking around with. Aha! All right, let's go to the desert. See what's going on there. It is amazing, isn't it? You can buy this. I think the Western pack is currently $10 only. This one is a second pack, so there's two packs I'm mixing here. One is called the Western, Polygon Western, and the other one is called the Western Frontier. And it comes with so many characters. I'll show you in a moment where that is. Hello there. Yeah, the cloth doesn't drape. We'll just change it to a male character here. That's cool. Yeah, and there's automatic background action going on here. Very cool. And yeah, so you can buy these for about $10 and they include the Unity and the Unreal project, so you can get started right away. It's very nice. I was going to show you the other areas in which we put AI behavior in. One was in the camp here. And one was in the quarry. Yeah, there we go. Soldiers. And he's private. And he's the commander. So they're all in here. They're doing some background stuff. That's nice. Alrighty. And they're not really doing much. They just have a look at once this task is finished here, once he has found where he wants to go, he waits a moment, a random amount of time, and then he picks a new point in a radius, random point, reachable point in the radius, He waits there for a random amount of time, randomizes the walk speed, and then he goes and walks there. Same here, Beard Goblin. I'm not an affiliate with them either. I'm not sure if they have that, if they have an affiliate program. But yes, I love their artwork so much. It's just such a wonderful way to get started with game engines, because assets and setting up materials for that is really, really difficult. Or not so much. It's difficult if you don't know what you're doing, but it's also very time consuming to find the right assets. Yeah, some people walk slower, some people walk faster. Granddad's up on the tracks here. He's waiting for the mining cart to come out, which he never does, but we won't tell him that. Granddad, how's it going? Very cool. Yes, and these guys are miners down here. I like to build a little project with the farm pack in which I can actually plant seeds, and then it takes a moment for the plants to grow, and they wiggle while I do that. That looks very, very nice. And then when they're ripe and grown full size, you can then pick them. That's a very nice thing. I'm still working on that. Maybe we can tackle that next. Yes, let me show you the store. So it's cintystore.com. You can type !Cinty in the chat, and that will show you their store. And they currently have that 50% off sale on there on items that are not brand new. So they have really large items like the apocalypse items, and these are really large. They're also very expensive. This one isn't discounted because it's a new one, but the ones I'm using, I have so many of them. I have the office pack, prototype, and lots of these others. I think I have the nature pack, sci-fi city I think I have as well. That is a nice one. I'm going to work with that one next actually. Farm pack, this is the one I'm thinking of turning into a little farming type game. Pirate pack, I just bought that in the sale. It's really nice. So yeah, the ones I'm using is this one here, the Western pack, $9.99. And then there's the Western Frontier pack. Let me show you what's in there. So they include both the Unity and an Unreal project. And those assets and the style is just so nice. Look what you can do. You can stage bar fights. If you put really like a lot of characters in there, you play with the lighting. This is the Western town level. This is from the $10 packet. Yeah, high noon. Look at that. Woo-hoo. The train isn't actually part... I mean, it's part of the project, but it's not part of the demo level. They come with a demo and an overview level each. And the demo level is just so that you can wander around and have a look what this looks like in situ, but it's not meant to be used, I don't think, as an actual level. So they give you those building blocks, and then you level build yourself from that. And these are all the characters with the variation. So the way this works is this is one mesh, and the mesh has 4 different material presets, or textures rather. And then each of these, it's the same material preset for all these characters, but they come in 4 variations with a different outfit and a different skin tone. So 12 textures in total, very good. So this is all the same character here. And this is what I've basically made playable, and so that we can select them and have a look at what this looks like in a real thing. We did, didn't we? Oh yes. I feel like I want to revamp that whole title sequence. Yes, let me show you the title sequence actually, just in case you haven't seen it. For Eva and Vevan here, you may see it, you may have seen it already, but Eva, I don't know if you've seen it. These are the titles that I wrote at the beginning and at the end. Watch this. Do you know, maybe this time we should do it in Unreal Engine. That would be kind of nice, wouldn't it? I'd love that. Yeah, so we did this in Blender, and this, when I say we, it was literally a teamwork effort here on Twitch. We did this all together over a period of many days, like 2-3 weeks or so. You can still watch that on my... oh yeah, and the bank heist. Let me dig that out. That was a good one as well. That was actually made with the Cinti assets. The bank heist thing. Yes, let me show you that. That is actually, that's my channel trailer. Let's see. The WP Guru. Woohoo, there we go. That is the bank heist. This is the bank heist. Yeah, let me see if we can do that. For that, you should hear it with the music too. So I'm going to crank up the music a little bit because that is... we were mighty proud of that. This was made with the Cinti bank heist assets. And music by Wanda Shakes. And it's really nice. So this is the Cinti set. They came as FBXs, and I've imported that all into Blender and did all the lighting, put an HDRI in the background, and then did all the camera move in Blender. And this was rendered with Cycles or Eevee? I think this is Cycles. And the animations are all from Mixamo, so these were all Mixamo animations. That pole falling over, that caused us great distress, I remember that. Yeah, there's lots of lights in the background rooms to brighten those up, otherwise the geometry wouldn't have shown up. And it worked really well, especially putting these short animations together as clips, so a little bit like what Animate would do in Dash Studio. There's this non-linear editor in Blender. There we go. Very nice. Very nicely done. Mighty proud of that. The twerking. Yes, absolutely. Oh yeah, and then this is how I've made this animation. I think this gets you to the whole playlist of how I did this. So this is literally on the front page of my channel if you want to have a look at the past streams. So there's literally 7 streams through which I've done it, like 2 hours each. That was a lot of fun. But yes, I would love to start another project like that, either in Blender or in Unreal Engine. That'd be good as well. And this is the Frontier pack here. Oh yeah, also the heist pack that I used there, that is somewhere here. And that is also only $10 right now. Something about the heist. Bank heist. There it is. Bank heist, $9.99. Yeah, this is that pack that we've used for that. And these were on, yeah, you can wreak all kinds of havoc there. But of course, even with Blender, there's a lot of, it just takes a while to render and to get this right. But in Unreal Engine, this would be all just much, much faster. Hey, Mr. Bryant. Mr. Bryant, Mr. Brian. Who's the guy in blonde? I don't know. Very cool. Very good to see you, Brian. Yeah, it looks like we've kind of gone through this now. I think the project is more or less in a state that I'd like it to be. I think everything works now, doesn't it? Let's play this one more time. From the gray box onwards, I think we're done here. We can get on with the next Blender animation if we wanted to. Yeah, if there's anything else that's missing, please let me know. So we've made the top characters. This is kind of the last piece of the puzzle. We've made them work with each material here. That works. And also with each skin tone while retaining the actual outfit. So that works. We can retain the character when we go into the town level. That works as well. There's a lot of stuff going. Tweak that little hiccup here. Thanks to Beard Goblin, who totally noticed that. It was a little bit elevated. Oh yeah, and then the train, because I do like the train. I put the train in here myself. There we go, that's the train. Actually, the different types of what's it called? Of the different parts of the train. It wasn't just one train object. There was a lot of parts to the train that needed to be lined up. But yeah, we have a train here now. That's cool. The desert. Whoops. Oh dear. We just, this carriage doesn't have collision set up. That's interesting. The other one does. This one does not. Does it not? Doesn't somewhere. Interesting. So we've made that happen. We're retaining the character. That's also a thing that I've explained over the course of this epic. You can go on the desert level. And then one other thing that I'm very fond of, for which I need to start my little DS4 utility here. The whole project is completely Gamepad compatible. So when I move this with my mouse and keyboard, This works, of course. I can bring up the menu with Alt, but I can also use this with my gamepad. And the cool thing is there's a different functionality on the gamepad than there is on with the mouse and keyboard. So currently it says 1 to 4 to change outfits, 5 to 7 to change skin tones. If I do this with my gamepad, it tells me the gamepad things here. There's also, oh, the cursor still comes up when we're using a gamepad. That's a bug. Let's make sure that doesn't happen. So when the gamepad is active and we bring the menu up, we select a new character. The moment we select it, the menu is supposed to be dismissed automatically. It doesn't do that. And the cursor is still showing. So that is something we need to fix. Let's do that. Yeah, I'd like for the gamepad to literally dismiss the menu and for the cursor, the white mouse cursor, not to be shown. Let's make that happen. So that's actually on the character here, not so much in the switch logic. I think that is in menu shenanigans. This is where we create the menu. This is where we summon the menu. Yeah, so I think this is where I'd like to bolt this on. We have are we using a gamepad key? We're storing that as a variable. Then we're branching off. If the menu is not visible, that's another parameter we set. If it's not visible, we show it. If it is visible, we hide it. And we need to make sure, just to deal with the mouse cursor there, when we show the menu, that's a function, show menu. And we're showing the mouse cursor here. Set show mouse cursor. We're doing this manually here. This is what sets it, that little tick box. And what we want to do is we need to make sure we ask, are we using a gamepad? Is using gamepad. Get is using gamepad. And then if we are, we don't want the cursor to show. And if we're not, then we do want the cursor to show. So we need to use a Boolean not node here, just to invert that value. And now the variable sets that value. I'll stack it maybe. Let's stack it there. If actually, and then put this up. Oh, come on. Put this up here. Yeah, up here, maybe this is fine. Up here is fine. So if we're not using a gamepad, we're going to, if we're using a gamepad, we're not going to show the cursor. And if we are, then we don't. Yes. That's the way, that's correct. So then about dismissing the menu, when we select something, that is happening now on where we actually select the character. So that is on the switch logic. I might just go put a comment around here. Summon menu, so that I remember what this whole block was for. And then on switch logic, when we change the outfit, that's a function. We could dismiss this literally at the end here, but since it is a function, we just need to amend the function once and then it'll be implemented no matter which outfit we're selecting. Let's see here. No, that's not actually, no, hang on. This is change character. Change character, right? This is where that happens. We're hiding the menu. Oh, there we go. It hasn't actually done that. If is using gamepad is true, we should hide the menu. Oh, it didn't work. That's interesting. If is using gamepad is true, which it should be at that point, we should be hiding the menu. Oh, that's interesting. Why doesn't that work then? Change character. Oh, I know, because we now we've got a different method, don't we? We have, haven't we? We've replaced this with a method. This is setting the skeletal mesh. We have update outfit. This is it here. No, hang on. Update character. That's it. Update character. That does that. But what we're not doing is in this thing here. We're not actually calling that function. Yeah, so this node here, that needs to be disconnected. So does this. This literally, we want to hook that up to our new thing now, which is called update character. I totally forgot that we haven't done that. Update character. And the new mesh is indeed that mesh. And we're not using this anymore at all, are we? I'm just realizing, because this is now set from the menu, so we don't actually need to set this at all. Well, actually, I'll bring it back, but I'll disconnect it just for my own peace of mind. It still is working, isn't it? Yes, it is still working. An update character is called appropriately, so this thing isn't actually called anymore. We can delete that. This whole thing. So where that is called then is on UI selection menu. Brian, how was your day at work? Tell us all about it. There, update character on the character. So this is what calls it. This is what sets. Is it a frontier character? And then in here, on update character, this is where that happens. So the mesh does this, sets the skeletal mesh. If it's a frontier character, we do that, and then we never hide the thing in here, right? That is why that doesn't happen. So now we need to basically, before we set the material, before we do this whole thing, after setting the skeletal mesh, we need to ask, are we using a game controller? And if so, dismiss the menu automatically. I think we can do that here. We don't have to wait until the end. I don't want to do it twice here. Yes, it'll happen so fast that I don't think it matters. We'll do it here. Set the skeletal mesh, and then we'll just go and do all that in kind of here. So we get ourselves a reference to, are we using a gamepad? And then we're going to go branch off here. And if we are, we want to go and hide the menu. And if we're not, we still want to carry on the rest of this branch. So I'm going to go put that in here too. And just make sure we'll go divert this a little bit so to make it look a tad prettier. Not that it makes a difference functionality-wise, but you know, to me it makes a huge difference. There. So that should do the trick and dismiss that menu automatically when we use a game controller. Does it? Doesn't dismiss the menu here. Things are still working. That's perfect. With that, it does do that. Look at that. Perfect. So pick a character, menu gets dismissed automatically. That is very cool. And also notice that we no longer show the mouse cursor. So when my orange dot is in now, it comes up because I'm now using it. But when I bring it up with the gamepad, thing isn't showing. When I use my Alt key, it is showing. So that is perfection. And the description changes and everything. That is really cool. Ha! Jumping for joy. There we go. I think that's it, isn't it? Things highlight properly when we can't go up with the from the quit button because there's that gap is too big. but I think users get it, so you can use a D-pad to navigate. I'm kind of happy with this. Cool, and we can change the skin color here, and we can change the outfit here as well. So perfect. And that's on both types of characters. Yeah, she's got different outfit, and she's also got different skin tone. There we go. Go to town, remain the woman, marvel at the background action, and marvel at the town, really. I think this is partly why I wanted to build it, because I really like the assets, and I would love for users not to just buy the set, but like literally have an experience that they can walk around and just get a first-hand look of what the demo levels look like that they buy from Cinti. So that's literally why I'm making this, for my own practice, and also because I just love looking at this and just walking around without doing anything. What we can use it as a good base to put all kinds of functionality on, like maybe you need to collect coins, or maybe you need to solve puzzles, or maybe we can add other levels to it, and you can only travel with the train to another level if you have enough coins, if you've found enough coins and all that. So this is all kind of, this basis lets us do that now. Eddie, soldier. I'm also a soldier. There we go. Same soldier, same company as you. I love it. I can do that with him as well. You can, like, this would be a nice little puzzle. You can check, hey, are you the same regiment as this soldier? And if you're not, then you have to find a uniform. Then you put on a different uniform, and now he wants to speak to you and give you the key to whatever. So there we go. Yes, I've heard you've had a tablet on offer, on order. That's great. That's great, Brian. What are you going to do with it? I mean, it's going to be great in Substance Painter. It's going to be much nicer. It's also going to come in handy for sculpting. That's for sure. I wonder if there's anything else that you were thinking of that I hadn't thought of. Submit to source control. Added auto dismiss when using gamepad option. Perfect. Submit. And while we're here, I might as well just build this whole project. It's not going to take long. And then I can upload it later. So package for Windows 64-bit. This will be version 1.3, I believe. Music stopped. There we go. Compiling shaders here. This is nice to hear. Glad it's doing that. Sculpting and painting. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. I can see an electronic version of that, Brian. Can you imagine? Eventually you're going to release a 3D version of that as well. And you can color the characters in 3D. Now that would be nice. Create this as an Unreal project. All you're missing, Brian, is literally a 1-year subscription to clothes, so you can make your own dresses as well. Give your character something to wear. I was going to try something earlier. I was recording a video for somebody who asked that question about how would you apply shader, and so there were questions about shaders and material presets, and why can't I have 2 dresses, and if I use the material preset from dress 1, why doesn't that work on dress 2, and what are shaders and how do I apply shaders if I wanted to change the dress outfits and all that. So I made a video about that, and I was going to try this out. Maybe we can try this together. There's a dress that's made of patterns for DAZ Studio. Bring it into Marvelous Designer and let Marvelous Designer create patterns from the UV layout, and then add sleeves to it or something. I haven't tried that out. That sounds like a good idea. Since we have a bit of time, we should try that out. I'm tempting you again. I'm not being paid to do that, Brian. It's just, I don't know, I enjoy it a lot right now. It's just, I don't really know why. I remember I had this when I had Marvelous Designer 4, and I thought this is just so cool, and So Windows no editor. This is that. These are all the versions that I have already built. 1.0 to 1.2. I usually take the text file away because it's just creeping people out here. And then if we just go double click this, sure. I can't even, yes, allow access. Oh, come on. There. So this is now the packaged project, standalone project. And you can see when you change something, sometimes the shader just needs that extra half a second to compile. I wish there was a way that I can do this off camera, you know, during the loading process. I'm sure there is, I just don't know how really. Yeah, like when I do this. Oh, look at that. This is terrible. Why? Tell me why. This was working a moment ago. I really don't know what's going on. It's only on some characters. Oh, there we go. Does he need convincing? No, so it's random. There's got to be a way to make all the shaders compile no matter what. Yeah, so that requires some research. So that's pathetic. There's a strong chance that when you try this project on your computer, it'll either work or different characters are going to appear gray. So I'll add that to the known issues. Go to town. You're still gray. Why, dude? Doesn't make any sense. But the levels load much quicker than in the editor when you've got the that project. We don't have background sound. I don't really know if there is a looping sound that... Oh, is it? Ah, man. Dear Goblin, so sorry. Thank you, man. I don't know if there is a looping sound that we get with the Epic Starter essentials there that we could add to it. Something that just gives a bit of ambience to it. Let's try it out. Oh yeah, and then to quit, of course, we need to go Alt and quit. And that'll just do that. Yeah, let's see. Maybe we can put something ambient in there. That might be nice. I think birds chirping isn't gonna work this time. Oh, Polygon Western, perfect. Man, I keep doing that, don't I? Zooming in the screen. Yes, let me see if I can just add the whole Epic Starter kit here. Add feature or content pack. If you ever wanted to do that, if you haven't got starter content in your project, you can just do that. Add any of the templates as well, that is also possible, but content pack, starter content. Oh, is it now, Brian? Oh. Well, that is exciting. I didn't know that. Very interesting. That is cool, Brian. It takes a while for this to go in there, but I suppose everything's now added to version control for a moment there before we delete it all again, because I don't want to have all this in the package project, I guess. Oh, come on. Really? All I was really after were a few sound effects. There's something that sounds like the light is on. I thought that might kind of work. Without any ambient sounds, I just find there's something missing. And I don't think I've exported them as WAVs. I think I've only done that with a bird sound. And of course, that's not really... I don't think there are any chirpy birds that swirl around in the desert. I don't think that... I don't think they do that. Well, while this is doing that, can you remind me what the website is for for the contest. I think there might just be on the iClone website. Is it just iClone.com? Oh, okay, good. So they didn't get that domain then, did they? Excellent. It's probably that Re-Illusion. Character creator. Yes, Black Friday. No, thank you. Because there are so many exciting entries. Would be nice to just have a quick look at the current state of affairs while Unreal Engine is doing its thing here. Puppet Actor Toolkit. Digital Human Contest, that's the one. Whoa, okay. About the con. Look at him. I mean, this is literally... He looks better than a human. Ends November 18th. Oh, so it has ended. Okay. Intro, rules, prizes, entries. There we go. Oh, work in progress highlights. Look at that. And here we have entries with videos. Oh my goodness, look at him. Very good. I like it. Video title and director. That's good. But yeah, I mean, look at these. Look at that. It does help. He knows how to make good pictures, you know, a bit of depth of field. It sells the whole package. You leave all these things off and you think, oh, hang on a minute, that's just not as good as it could be, and that's just the presentation. Quite frighteningly real, isn't it? And then especially if you put them into realistic backgrounds, it's just, oh my goodness. And look at the amount of entries there. Wow. Brian, how do I find yours? Oh, that's the guy, is it? My goodness. So you were kind of fairly early on. I'm going to go kind of to the end here, see if we can find your entries. I saw her as well. That was quite amazing. I looked at her when I looked at your entries on the page. So that's quite impressive what people do. And do you think these things are rendered with the iRay option? Or is this the real-time renderer? And also logo, branding. It's all about branding these days, isn't it? See if I can find you. Were you before? Are you probably after then? Maybe they've taken them out of sequence as well. That's part. Oh, you page 28. Okay, cool. Page 28. So I was going the wrong way. Duchess lives on the street. She has a dignified look, but rough around the edges. Yeah, look at that. Old people. Good stuff. Fierce competition there, Brian. I wish you all the best. I hope it's going to work out for you. Oh, Igorina. And actually multiple characters. Look at that. I don't think she had a name, did she? She had a name. This was Igorina, I remember. She was so creepy, especially in the hospital, in the video. Ugh. And her. Could be like twin sisters then. Or this is her on a good day, and this is her on a bad day. That could be. Oh, really? Oh, that is so nice of you, Christina. Thank you so much. That is really nice. If you get a chance, watch this. Watch Brian's video that he's made there on his channel. This video is like shot from a first-person perspective, as if you're in a video game, and it's absolutely well done. This is from an animation point of view, very creepy. And these are just, you know, like 1/10 of a second things that are featured in there. Yeah, drop a link into that into the chat, Brian, if you want. This is it's really nice. And then of course there's this. Very cool. Brian's made that as well. It's another entry. Quite amazing. this is the reference, and Brian's made the real thing from it. And in the video that he's made there, he basically blended this kind of look into the real human look. That was a very, very nicely done trick there. I really like that too. Woohoo! There we go. Nicely done, Brian. Quite amazing, isn't it? There we go. We've got this going now. This is nice. So all I really wanted to do out of this content pack here is I just wanted to grab some audio, and in fact I'm going to go and switch off the music here for a second. If I only remember where that was. Here, music. Pause this, crank this up a bit, and then we can all make the decision as to what we would like to use. So this collapse is it's probably not it. I'm looking for something that's like an ongoing sound effect in the background. So how about this here? Might be, it's better than nothing. That's the fire. Then there's this. Sparks. I don't know. It's light cue. I think I like the idea of that. It's just something bubbling in the background. This is maybe a bit much. It's a bit too industrial, I think. This is the one I used for the other packs. That's with the birds and all. It's a bit of music here as well. If we needed some menu music or whatnot. I think maybe this. That's not too obtrusive, but there's something in the background. I might just use that. Light Q1. So I'm going to go and copy this. A duplicate rather. I'll call it ambient S&D, and I'll just copy this thing or paste this thing into, well, into just my top level here. You don't want to do it? There. Move here. Perfect. Groovy. So now I don't actually need the starter content anymore, so I'm going to go and delete that again. And I'm genuinely hoping that once Unreal Engine is happy with the whole thing here, that once that's all gone, I can still play my audio effect. Currently it doesn't react, so I think it's got doing some more work there. Mr. Rod! Hey ho! Soundwave yada yada is in use. It isn't really, is it? Because, you know, it still isn't. No, I've switched off, stopped it. Don't worry about it. It's not playing, not hearing anything. It's not in use. That's ridiculous. I'm not giving away a terabyte of content when I'm not using it, Unreal. By the makers of DAS Studio. The gang's all here. How are you doing today, Rod? What's happening in Missouri? I'm just finishing up my Unreal Engine project here. We're literally more or less done. It's just a little bit of exactly. It's just a terabyte. I just wanted to add a little bit of ambient sound into the level. There we go. Cool. So it keeps saying something just, you know, doesn't want to work. So I might just go copy the whole audio folder into here. Well, maybe I'll just move it here. Just in case there's an issue. And now the whole starter content thing is gone. That's perfect. So I'll just give that away with that. And so my real sound, that's just here. That's this. And that still works. So that in order to get that playing, I'm going to go and make that happen also just in the Cinti character where we begin to play the game. And that's not an update character or in menu shenanigans. Is it in the switch logic? Where is it that we have, or maybe it was a menu shenanigans, where we have the event begin play. There we go. This is where we're making the menu. Just at the end of this, event begin play, I'm going to go and add one more node here, and that's called play sound 2D. Add location is something if you have a thing that's further away and you play the sound at that location, it's going to be quiet. And when the player walks towards it, it gets louder. So we don't really want to do that. We just want to play a sound in 2D, which means it's omnipresent, I guess is what you call it. And I'll find my ambient sound cue here. That's all. So as soon as event begins to play, this thing should now play. Will it though? Let's see. Yes, it does. There we go. Sound playeth. And it's not great, but I don't have anything else, so there we go. Yes, Rod, that is indeed an interesting... that's a really interesting... How do we do that? Well, I suppose, to put it simply and bluntly, I guess the more people you get to go to Patreon or Ko-fi or Pixels, the more of a chance you have for them to buy something there. If you send one person a week there and 1 in 1,000 people will make a purchase, then you'd need 3 years to get one purchase. If you'd send 10 people a week there, then you'd get, I suppose, then you'll get one purchase a year. So that's not bad. But you know, you get it's a numbers game, I guess. So that's really all there's to it, I think. But yes, if you do figure out, please let me know. That'd be great. I think can I also set a sound level on it? I think I'm okay with it. I could set a level. I think I'm going to leave it as it is, and I'll see if I can go and. Oh yeah, there was this other thing I wanted to test, because some of these materials, they were just not compiling properly, and I really don't know why. So these guys, these materials, they compile just fine, all of them. But the other ones, for these characters here, there's always one that doesn't work, and I really don't know why. We fixed this earlier. So this is now the A and the C. That's bizarre. That is just so bizarre. And I really don't know what to do about this. Let's see which one it was here. I think it was the A and the C. Yeah, so 4C doesn't want to do it. And I really don't know why. So 4C, that's an alternate. 4C, asset actions, reload. At least this turned gray there. That is quite nice. And now this has worked. But, you know, it's no good if the project is packaged and, you know, then it doesn't work. And we've tested literally all of them earlier. So 4A has got the same issue here. That's not an alternate. And that's not turning gray and back. That's just not working. Weird. So can't you sell comics on Renderosity, Rod? Isn't that a possibility? I mean, even if you could, Rendo takes a 50% cut. So, you know, you're probably better off trying to not do that there. But since your audience is established there, I wonder if it's worth having a look into that. I mean, you know, you're Artist of the Year. and all that. Validate assets. Yeah, you see, you're good with that. Validate assets and dependencies. You're also good with that. Everything is successful here. I don't really know, like, is there anything we've overlooked? Audit assets. Opens the asset audit UI and displays information about the selected as. Yeah, let's audit this. Why ain't this working? Clear add to manage assets, add chunks. Whatever this is, I don't know. It does exist. Total usage 0, I suppose, you know. That gives us a little bit of an indication that maybe things aren't so hot. Wouldn't it be nice if I could actually do something from here, like, you know, make work or something? Disable the rubbish button. And it gives you that texture as well. Yeah. Yeah, I'd love to just clear this up. I'd love to know what this is about. If I open the material, is there anything else we can do there? There, has that done the trick? No, it hasn't. Even opening the material and getting a material preview here does not do it. That is bizarre, isn't it? Live update. Do that then. Anything? Nothing. Yeah, well then, I really don't know. Because this really, that doesn't do it, does it? Reload. It sometimes does. So you just have to keep doing it until the thing turns gray. It's gotta be a better way to do this. Right, yeah, that could be. That could be just an embed like a watermark, yeah. I suppose the only other tip I can really give you is that to increase your audience, you need to find a place other than Renderosity to build a following. And I suppose you could do that by, I don't really know how comic book creators do their thing, but I suppose regularly posting part of your content as a serial, even if it's a rerun, if you will, I think that might work. But yeah, as I said, I'm not an expert in comic book marketing, but I'm sure that is something. Books have been written about that. I'm sure it's probably a science all by itself. There's Comixology. That is another idea. I think John said that on your Discord once. Comixology might be a way to find a new audience. They're owned and operated by Amazon, and they're essentially like a bit like a Kindle store just for comic books and all digital delivery. So we've seen it, right? 12 materials working fine in the editor. We've seen it here first. So I'm going to go and compile this project then. Package for Windows. In here, that's all good. Override the other stuff. It's probably going to get a tiny bit larger than the previous versions just because there's more audio in here now. Let's see if it works as the standalone version. See, shaders compiling too. Yeah. Should have done that before Unreal Engine. Aha. That's that. I don't know what the performance is now going to be like if I go and open the standalone project here. Let's see. Delete text file. Double click this. The video was so fast it didn't even play. What a shame. I do get that little bit of effect now. That is nice. And this comes up. That's cool. Select character. Whoops. Select character menu disappears automatically, and we still have one out of the ordinary. That is pathetic, and I don't know what to do about it. So it's random. I can see that in the editor it's working totally fine. In the package project, it's not. and it's random. So I'll upload this anyway, and you can have a look at this, and you know, see if after a while it comes good, if on your system it comes good. So I'm having issues with outfit number 4 and skin tone. Go away. And skin tone number A and C on the frontier characters. On these guys, they're all good, but the frontier characters have a real issue. That's interesting, isn't it? Maybe. Yeah, so 4 is issuesome, and then A and C as skin tones. Dude, leave me alone. Stop bumping into me. Go elsewhere. But I'm going to upload this anyway, and I will go and let you play with this. But as far as I'm concerned, the project is now finished, at least to a point that, you know, I'm kind of happy with it. Audio is still playing here. That's nice. We have a little bit of ambient sound there. And as soon as I find out a solution here, I will totally let you know. No, I can do that. I could do the shorts. Let's do this. You know, we're kind of done with this. Let's look at Marvelous Designer next, Christina. Let's do that. I like it. I like it. To finish off the day, I'll go quit this, and just after the stream, I will go and upload that onto the Ko-fi store.